Scientists, tracing the enigmatic civilizations, have uncovered countless monuments left behind by ancient Egyptians and their eerie dark side, hidden for thousands of years. We've encountered groundbreaking archaeological finds that changed everything, time and again. We thought we knew it all, but the strange discoveries that have recently surfaced in Egypt continue to amaze us. We invite you on this thrilling adventure to explore the mysterious side of the world. The Labyrinth of Hawara. The enigmatic Labyrinth of Hawara, also known as the Black Pyramid of Dashur, is a structure shrouded in secrecy, located in the middle of the desert, about 100 kilometers southeast of Cairo. Believed to be built by Amenemhat III, the sixth pharaoh of the 12th dynasty, it has become a controversial site for both tourists and archaeologists. The 75-meter-high pyramid has a 105-meter-wide base and a 57-degree slope. It's also covered with limestone, giving it a raw, sandy look, similar to old castles. But that's not the most exciting thing about this archaeological discovery. The real excitement lies in the underground structure discovered by archaeologists in 2008, which resembles the designs of medieval kingdoms. The underground passage is so intriguing that Herodotus, a Greek historian and geographer who visited the pyramid in the 5th century, described it as an extraordinary complex with countless rooms. The underground structures of the Black Pyramid are divided into two sections, one for the king in the east quarter and the other for his wives in the south quarter. Both sections have separate entrances and are interconnected by corridors. Inside the king's chamber, there is a pink granite sarcophagus bearing various motifs. In the queen's chamber, sarcophagi similar to those in the king's chamber, marble perfume bottles, a few pieces of jewelry, and 7 marble boxes in the shape of ducks were found. The intricate corridors hold significance as the chambers are identified as the home of Osiris, the ruler god of the underworld. Some of these corridors lead to royal chambers, mostly intact, containing sarcophagi. The labyrinth consists of 12 rooms with doors facing each other, one on the ground level and the other downstairs. While the upper part has been examined, the lower part remains a mystery. There have been attempts to draw depictions of the labyrinth based on descriptions in ancient texts, but the truth that lies beneath the sands of Hawara remains elusive. The mystery surrounding the labyrinth continues to be a captivating enigma, challenging our understanding of history. Tomb of the Unknown Queen. Egyptology, even after the centenary of the discovery of King Tutankhamun's tomb, continues to delve into the depths of history, extracting new secrets from the ancient world. In this context, a team of archaeologists working in the Saqqara necropolis unearthed over 300 coffins, including the tomb of an Egyptian queen. Inside each coffin lie mummies, believed to belong to the pharaoh's advisors and generals. These coffins are adorned with magnificent depictions of both male and female figures, embellished with scenes from the ancient Egyptian Book of the Dead. They also bear the names of the 4 sons of Horus, the protective god. Some coffins and inside the tomb shafts were observed to have 2 lids. Archaeologists also found artifacts such as ancient games, Shabti figurines representing the god Ptah Soker, and even a metal axe held by a mummified soldier. But perhaps the most captivating discovery is that the tomb of this unknown queen is made entirely of pure gold. Numerous theories have been put forward about this unknown queen of Egyptian history. Some have dubbed this mysterious ruler Queen Neith, while others have referred to her as the goddess of creation or the sun goddess. In the evaluation of these findings, renowned Egyptologist Zahi Hawass stated that the discovery is of monumental importance and rewrites Egyptian history. Adding this new queen to the historical records and unraveling her story poses a significant challenge for scientists. This is because while most known burials at Saqqara are thought to be from either the Old Kingdom or the Late Period, these tombs belong to the New Kingdom. This keeps the mystery alive, but the story of the unknown ruler may soon be fully revealed. The Rosetta Stone. During Napoleon Bonaparte's Egyptian campaign, a group of French soldiers led by Pierre-François Bouchard made a historic discovery while excavating the foundation of a fort near Rosetta, about 55 kilometers east of Alexandria. This discovery was a large slab with ancient inscriptions carved on it, known today as the Rosetta Stone. This slab was 130 centimeters long and 80 centimeters wide. These inscriptions carved on the stone were believed to be a decree written by the Council of Priests, confirming the 13-year-old Pharaoh Ptolemy's right to rule Egypt. But the most remarkable feature of this stone was that it was written not in just one or two languages, but in three: Egyptian hieroglyphs and Egyptian Demotic script. At the time of its discovery, only Greek was known, so deciphering the other two languages seemed almost impossible. However, scientists realized that the Greek inscription carried the same meaning as the texts in the other two languages. This helped scientists like English physicist Thomas Young and French scientist Jean-François Champollion to unlock the mystery behind ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs and Demotic texts. Historical sources state that such stones were placed in every major temple in Egypt. Today, the Rosetta Stone is on display at the British Museum. Hidden chamber discovered inside the Great Pyramid. You know, the Great Pyramid is truly a wonder of the world. It's one of the most popular structures from both prehistoric times and the 21st century. It's been standing for years, but it still has many secrets waiting to be discovered. Here's some interesting news. It's now certain that there's a corridor leading to a hidden chamber beneath the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt. The Pyramid research team has now confirmed this information. Researchers used a technology called cosmic ray muon radiography scans and an endoscopic camera to find this hidden passage. Maybe this could be the original entrance to the Great Pyramid. The passage is large enough for several people to stand comfortably inside. This has raised the question in everyone's mind. Was this underground chamber a meeting place for the pharaohs? A geophysicist named Christian Gross has put forward an idea about this. Gross says this void in the Great Pyramid is unique, and similar features have been seen above King Khufu's burial chamber inside the Great Pyramid and in another pyramid 45 miles south of Cairo. Also, a physicist who examined the passage confirmed that there were no chambers, footprints, or any other signs of human activity there. Based on these findings, researchers believe that the chamber has not been used or accessed for decades. That's all for now. But don't worry, researchers are still continuing their scans for more findings. Who knows what else they might discover? The Golden Man. In the Saqqara tomb, located in Egypt's ancient capital, Memphis, our archaeologists have made a series of discoveries. These discoveries include a 4,300-year-old mummy covered in gold leaf. Very exciting, isn't it? This gold leaf-covered mummy is the remains of a man named Hakashapis and was found at the bottom of a 33-meter shaft, inside a sealed stone sarcophagus. Not only that, but the mummy also has a tunic belt adorned with a band and a bracelet on his chest. These could be symbols of wealthy people. One archaeologist says this discovery could help us understand the connections between medieval kings and the people who lived around them. Other objects found during the excavation include golden man statues, amulets, pottery, and various murals. These findings are believed to date back to the 5th and 6th dynasties of the Old Kingdom. Archaeologists used the absolute dating method to determine a more precise date for the age of the finds, and it turned out that all of these are more than 4,500 years old. The Lost Golden City. We all know that British archaeologist Howard Carter discovered a sealed tomb in Thebes, Egypt in 1922 and found the gold-covered mummified ancient Egyptian ruler King Tutankhamun inside. But this was just the beginning. In September 2020, a team of archaeologists began excavations on the west bank of Luxor, near the Valley of the Kings. This location was just 500 kilometers south of the capital, Cairo. After weeks of excavation, 3-meter-high mud and brick formations surrounded by a clearly visible zigzag wall on all 4 sides were revealed. These were parts of Aten, known as the Lost Ancient City or Lost Golden City. The exact size of the city has not yet been determined, but thanks to the hieroglyphs on various objects found, the approximate founding date of the city was revealed. For example, the date written on a water jug indicated the 3rd year of the reign of Amenhotep, one of Egypt's most powerful pharaohs. Archaeologists also found ritual objects such as scarab figures, amulet bricks, colorful pottery, and jars bearing Amenhotep's royal seal, discovered by Selina Ekram. The Egyptian Science Unit in Cairo described this lost golden city as the Egyptian version of Pompeii, a sophisticated Roman city located in the Campania region of Italy. The city also contains a cemetery filled with rock-cut tombs, glass workshops, and even buildings that appear to be associated with administration. Giant Hands Pit. During the Hyksos period, a community whose origins are generally traced to northern Canaan captured a part of Egypt and established their capital. This place is known today as Tel El Daba. Living in this region for more than 3,600 years, the Hyksos placed King Kion at the head of their government. During the reign of King Kion, there was a practice of burying hands in the sand, but not much was known about this practice. However, in 2011, a team of archaeologists excavated Kion's palace and found a total of 16 human hand skeletons in 4 pits. Pits containing right-hand skeletons were found at the entrance of the Hyksos palace. It was thought that these hands were a kind of gift given to the king or those under him in exchange for gold. The last 2 pits, built on the outside of the palace, contained the other 14 hands. More interestingly, these pits contained only right hands, and the left hands were not cut off and buried in the sand. Manfred Bietak, the field director of the excavations, stated that each pit meant something different, but this was the first time that archaeological evidence of right-hand amputation had been found. Scientists are not sure who started this eerie tradition. No record of this practice was found in northern Canaan, the homeland of the Hyksos. Perhaps they adopted the Egyptian tradition, or this practice may have come from somewhere else. Giant Ramses. This monumental statue, belonging to Ramses II, remained hidden under the sands for over 130 years among the ancient Memphis ruins on the west bank of the Nile, in a middle-class neighborhood south of Cairo, until it was brought to light again by an expedition that began in 2012. An international team of archaeologists, led by Dietrich Raue from the University of Leipzig, discovered that much of the ancient Heliopolis temple complex where this statue was located was destroyed during the Greco-Roman period. Therefore, it was not a surprise for many archaeologists that the statue was found broken into 6 pieces. One of the statues is 8 meters high and made of a hard and unique stone called quartzite. Researchers have only found the bust of the Ramses statue and the lower part of his head. No inscription on the statue indicates that it belongs to Ramses II, but since it was found near the gate of a temple of the great pharaoh, also known as Ramses, it is thought that this huge statue represents him. Researchers have further discovered the upper part of Ramses' colossal limestone statue, but not all the pieces have been found yet. Experts hope to uncover more for restoration. The excavation also unearthed an 80-centimeter section of a life-size limestone statue of Seti II, the grandson of Ramses II, the 5th pharaoh of Egypt's 19th dynasty. Lion cub mummies. A secret lurking in the depths of ancient tombs, lion cub mummies hidden in linen bandages emerged as mysterious remains in late 2019. At least 2 rare lion cubs were found in Saqqara, a necropolis just south of Cairo. Archaeologists also discovered various statues among other mummified creatures found in the area, including bulls, shrew mice, ibises, hawk crocodiles, cobras, and scarabs. Similarly, archaeologists also unearthed scarab statues, 1 large stone, 2 small wooden ones, and a sandstone one. However, while all these discoveries were being made, the 5 mummified felines found with the help of developing technology attracted attention. 2 of the animals were identified as lion cubs based on bone remains and size. They said the remaining 3 mummies could be leopards, lionesses, or panthers. These may be the only examples of their kind, and perhaps they died before they were fully grown. They must have believed that these mummified felines were either gods to be worshipped or sacrifices dedicated to the gods, but the exact purpose of these creatures is still unknown and remains a mystery to be solved. Screaming mummy. The disturbing mystery behind a screaming mummy, also known as the Screaming Mummy, in the Deir el-Bahari tomb complex in Egypt, has long puzzled scientists and archaeologists. DNA analysis of this ancient Egyptian corpse, dubbed the Silent Scream, shows that it belongs to Prince Pentaweret, son of Pharaoh Ramses III. The preservation of this body with its mouth wide open is striking. Prince Pentaweret had acted in concert with soldiers, servants, harem women, and magicians involved in a plot to kill his father. Ramses III revealed how the conspirators were caught, and that a group of servants loyal to Ramses III tried them, and Ramses IV oversaw many of the trials. Pentaweret, found guilty, took his own life, leaving him where he was tried. However, the cause of Pentaweret's death is still debated. Some suggest he committed suicide by poison, while others believe he was strangled based on marks on his throat. The cause of death of this screaming mummy is still debated among scientists. While Pentaweret's body was buried alongside other royal mummies, it did not undergo the traditional mummification process. It was also determined that his body was wrapped in sheepskin, an impure and degrading funeral practice. This unusual mummification and punishment practice has led many curious minds to question whether the harem conspiracy was successful. A tomography scan in 2012 revealed marks on the pharaoh's throat. This finding provides evidence for the conspiracy.